Good morning, James Hart Panthers. This is Miss Norfleet, one of your friendly neighborhood school social workers. Today, as we continue to celebrate Black History Month, we will learn about two award winning authors. Both Lorraine Hansberry and James Baldwin were authors, playwrights, activists, and identified as part of the LGBTQ plus community. Hansberry, who was born in Chicago, was an activist and playwright best known for her groundbreaking play A Raisin in the Sun, about a struggling Black family on Chicago's South Side. After the play's release, Hansberry became the first Black playwright and youngest American to win a New York Critics Circle Award. A Raisin in the Sun, named after a line in Langston Hughes' poem, opened in March 1959, becoming the first play written by an African American woman to be produced on Broadway. The iconic work was then made into a 1961 film starring Sidney Poitier and Ruby Dee, and later remade in 2008 starring Sean Puffy Combs and Audra McDonald. Prior to A Raisin in the Sun's fame, Hansberry, who never publicly acknowledged she was a lesbian, joined lesbian rights group Daughters of Bilitis and contributed letters about feminism and homophobia to its magazine, The Latter. Hansberry's sexual orientation wasn't revealed until nearly a half century after her death, when in 2014 her estate unsealed diaries and other writings in which she reveals her romantic preference. Hansberry died in 1965 at just 34 years of age of pancreatic cancer. Baldwin garnered acclaim for his first novel, Go Tell It on the Mountain, published in 1956. It was later included in the Time magazine 100 Best Novels Written in the English Language list. A writer and social critic, Baldwin is perhaps best known for his 1955 collection of essays, Notes of a Native Son, and his groundbreaking 1956 novel, Giovanni's Room, which depicts themes of homosexuality and bisexuality. Baldwin often wrote about fictional versions of his own fundamental personal questions and dilemmas in a time when it may not have been safe to do so. These characters often faced internal and external obstacles in their search for social and self acceptance. Baldwin spent a majority of his literary and activist career educating others about Black and queer identity, as he did during his famous lecture titled Race, Racism, and the Gay Community. In his final years, Baldwin wrote a series of deeply personal essays about his three slain friends, Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, and Martin Luther King Jr. These essays were later published and made into a 2016 Academy Award nominated documentary called I Am Not Your Negro. Both Lorraine Hansberry and James Baldwin were activists for civil rights who wrote insightful pieces about Black American life. They also both either quietly supported or outspokenly took a stand with the LGBTQ plus community. Whether you identify or are an ally, James Hart now has a GSA club for students to feel free to be their authentic selves. We hope you consider joining.